We wanted to finish up by telling you guys about an app, the Hydra FPV app. We talked about a little bit about DRL scammy apps and ways to bet. This is a real way to bet with not real money, with fake internet points for fun, and it's a good time. So basically, Hydra FPV is an app that tracks a lot of the the races that are going on. Anybody who's signed up for the Hydra app, and then during the events, people who are running it can go in the Hydra app and enter all the information. And then any users, anybody, like so you right now listening, even if you're not part of VRL or whatever's going on, VRL is the first one on my Hydra app when I check it out. Even if you're not in VRL, you can go bet on VRL and with these internet points.
Bet like fake points, not real money, though.
Yes, and basically it's each event has its own set of points. So you start with 1,000, I think, or whatever, and then you start betting on pilots and how everybody's going to finish. And then you start gaining or losing these points.
Feels kind of like fantasy football.
Kind of, but it's like very it's condensed and it all happens like in the next couple hours, So it's like it's cool because it all, washes out pretty quick. But a lot of places, I'm not sure if VRL's doing this, but a lot of places you go are also giving points to the people who win the bets. So like if you're up in the top of the bets and you happen to be like the best and pick all the right pilots, then you can get a prize and you're not even racing. And that's something a lot of places.
So you're saying they've partnered with race organizers. Yes. So the race organizers are kind of hyping this app and they're saying, so-and-so won first prize, second prize, third prize, but then they'll have a prize that goes to whoever won the Hydra bets at the race.
Yeah, that's and it can cool. be over the, typically it's like even over the stream and stuff too. So pretty cool. Yeah, and then also Hydra has links to streams sometimes. If some of the races have streams, sometimes they'll be integrated into the Hydra app and stuff. So some people have mentioned this has been around for a while, and I know that, but a lot of people don't know about it. So I figured we'd let people,
that's
people know
cool.
what Hydra was.
All right. Well, it doesn't sound like it costs you anything to get going, and some people will be into it. Why doesn't everyone just bet that Evan Turner's going to win the race or whatever? And then he wins.
It makes you pick order. So you got to pick like the top 4 or top 6 or whatever. And then you get more points based on how well you get all the order in. So maybe everybody picks Evan, but other people pick second, third, fourth, right? And then
interesting. That's nice. Yeah.
And then
even if there's a ringer.
And you also decide how many points to gamble on each race. So there's also variability of like how sure you are, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So like if you're like, well, clearly Min Chan Kim is just going to sweep this one. You're like, I'm not going to win many. I'm not going to bet many points. Scarecrow FPV says they did that when they were at I.O. and it was pretty all right. Nice. Big races doing it. Cool. Brandon RC says that race car bed, that drone racing bed is an excellent way to prevent teen pregnancy.
Yeah, that's very
If you have a teenage son or daughter, get them that bed. $25,000 is a lot cheaper than raising a grandbaby.
Very, very true.
Let's finish this poll. Let's see how it came out. End poll. The question in the poll was, would you take the over or the under? Will more or less than 50% of people be using HD0 at MultiGP Nationals next year? And with a distribution, 67% of people said more than 50%, 32% said fewer than 50%. So by a fair margin, people think that more than half the people at MultiGP Nats will be using HD0. And I'll also spill the beans. Evan also said he thought that more than half. So, yeah.
Well, that's cool. You go. I think I'm only excited to see where it goes. That's for sure.
Me too. Being able to see could change the sport, says Override. Imagine being able to see where you're going.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. I wonder if there is like a world where we'll get more complicated obstacles or more different like lines and stuff based on the ability to see better, like HD.
Yeah. I don't know. I can hardly
hang stuff in the way, like currently, but maybe you could find like a line where like, analog wouldn't be okay here, but I don't know. It's interesting to consider.
Yeah. Yeah. Very exciting. Sorry, I'm checking the Bitterroot FPV says that he's prepared to take on the challenge of getting some love on the DRL bed. He thinks he's up to this.
It sounds like a real challenge.
Yeah, just depends on your game.
TV in there.
Oh, yeah, you got to have the TV, and it's got to be playing drone racing.
Yeah.
So,
This is the only place I have to watch. You got to get in the bed so we could watch drone race.
what size is the mattress on that bed? Do we know?
It's a full size or a twin. I think there's 2 options. Yeah.
Full or twin
Not
are my
even-
only choices. So I'm definitely sleeping alone, is what you're saying.
Yes.
All righty.